Hello and welcome to my channel, Mattie T's Twin Flame Guidance. This channel was created to support you, whether you are divine masculine or divine feminine, in your twin flame journey. One of the most difficult experiences anyone could ever be chosen for. Notice I said be chosen for, because anybody in their right mind would not choose themselves for a journey this challenging, okay? Before I get into the nuts and bolts of this channel and how it's going to work, let me introduce myself. My name is Matt D. Talford. Shout out to those of you that subscribe to my other channel that came over from that channel. I greatly appreciate and value you guys. You have no idea what it means to me that you guys thought enough to come over and subscribe to my new channel. I really greatly appreciate it. For those of you that are new, that have never met me before, I'm a world-renowned, multiple award-winning author of 4 books, the latest of which is a book that I wrote to support you. I wrote this book and published it in 2025, because I don't know what year you're watching this, but it was published in the summer of 2025. And the title of that book is Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant/Dismissive Divine Masculine. Now, a little about that book really quick. To hear that title, a lot of you watching this introductory video right now would probably think that that book was written to support the divine feminine. However, it was written to help the divine feminine and the divine masculine both arrive at an understanding, understanding, overstanding, outerstanding of themselves and their divine counterparts. Okay? One of the themes of that book is that we only experience problems with things that we lack understanding of. Once you gain an understanding of the thing that appears to be a problem, the problem goes away. It's no longer a problem once you have understanding. So that was the purpose for my writing that book. The overall purpose for my writing that book is to help the embattled twin flame collective that has been under the gun for a while. Okay? A lot of you watching this video may be new to the twin flame experience and you're looking for answers because you probably have gone through that brief period of bliss that lasts roughly, I don't know, it could last anywhere from maybe 4 weeks to 3 months before the shoe falls and you get sent down that dark night of the soul path that typically begins, if you're a divine feminine, it typically begins with what feels like rejection, what feels like ghosting, what feels like a sudden cessation of communication. Okay, that sends the divine feminine down that dark night of the soul path, and they begin to learn some things that they were pre-scripted before arriving in Earth or arriving here on Earth. Pre-scripted to experience. Okay, these things were pre-scripted. Okay, you chose them before you were born. You chose them, or you were chosen for them, or you co-created with the universe to have that experience. So that's for the divine feminine. The divine masculine, they get their dark night of the soul gets triggered typically after the divine feminine heals. And so there's this back and forth runner chaser energy that can drag the connection out and just lead one or both parties to this constant energy of, I'm over this, I'm over them, I've had enough of that. When in reality, there's no disconnecting that connection. It's a divine connection. You're going to find that out when you read the book, okay? That is the divine connection that the Most High, the Creator, Source, created for his own pleasure, his or her, depending on which aspect you're looking at, okay? Each person walking the earth has 3 parts masculine, 3 parts feminine, and 1 part neutral via your chakras, your 7 primary chakras, okay? Whether you're male or female, you have masculine and feminine energy. As above, so below, as within, so without. In the book of Genesis, the Creator said, let us make man in our own image and our own likeness, okay? The image is the look, the likeness is the functionality. So therefore, if you are part masculine and part feminine, so is the Creator, so is Source. That was a long way around the block to get you to the house next door of understanding why I said his or her, okay, depending on how you want to look at it, okay? Anyway, let me get you guys back on the main road here so I can get ready to wrap this video up. In fact, it might help if I wrote something to read to break down the description of this channel and how how I want it to run. Let me do that, because for those of you that came over from my Matt's D. Talford channel, again, thank you for being here. You guys know that as a writer, I have a tendency to get a little long-winded, but I want this video to not be long. So let me get ready to wrap up this introduction by reading what I wrote. That'll help, okay? And the purpose of this video, the purpose of this channel, why I created this channel, okay? The Twin Flame Collective has been embattled for far too long. As such, the purpose of this channel is to help the collective come off of the defensive and go onto the offensive. We use our inner knowing and spiritual gifts to align both inner and outer divine masculine and divine feminine energy. That's why we're here. Not only does this channel serve as an additional resource for the divine feminine, it is also here to provide guidance to and for the divine masculine, who so many times feels like he is all on his own in trying to figure out the purpose for meeting his divine counterpart. This channel also serves as a resource to help both counterparts heal past life wounds and come into energetic alignment with themselves and their higher purpose. Now, let me make something very clear before we move any further, okay? When I say, and a lot of you that are not new to tarot, you already know this, so I'm preaching to the choir here. But for my new people that are new to the twin flame journey, the twin flame experience, when I say divine masculine and divine feminine, I am talking about energies, okay? It is perfectly normal to have a male, a manly male, be the bearer of the divine feminine archetype. And it is perfectly normal for a feminine, girly girl, female, to be the bearer of the divine masculine archetype, okay? Yes, you can have a man who is the divine feminine who is attached to a female counterpart that is the divine masculine. How do we know? How do we come to figure out who is the divine masculine and the divine feminine in this dynamic? The divine feminine is the chaser. The divine masculine is typically the runner, okay? So if you are a male who had that twin flame recognition first, and there, the jury's out on who sees who first, because in some circles, they feel like the divine masculine actually finds the divine feminine first, but it is the divine feminine that, because the divine feminine is the bearer of the spiritual energy of the connection, the divine masculine, the bearer of the physical energy of it, that divine feminine is the first one to typically has that spiritual awakening that says, I'm connected to this person. I have a past life connection to this person. I know this person from another lifetime. This person feels too familiar. That typically happens with the divine feminine first, and then they go about putting that pressure on the divine masculine, and the divine masculine who's like, oh, what are you talking about? They run, because they're not any more used to the spiritual and energetic intensity of the connection than is the divine feminine. But the divine feminine goes all in, 10 toes, 10 fingers, or 10 digits, okay? She goes all in. And when I say she, again, that's no slight to my fellas out there who are the chaser. You just happen to be the divine feminine. And it took me a while to come to terms with that description, because I'm like, is a man going to call himself divine feminine? But again, y'all, when the more you grow spiritually, the more you accept that each of us has feminine and masculine energy. And it typically means that one counterpart has a more powerful heart chakra or sacral chakra or third eye chakra, and the other one has a more powerful root chakra, solar plexus, or throat chakra. Or, it's a dance, it's an energetic dance between the two of them. It kind of can go both ways or whatever. But anyway, that's a little bit about this channel. Now, let me say this too, because those of you that came over here from Matt D. Talford, you already know how I move over there. The Bible and the books, the ancient texts from which it was derived, both those that were included in the canon and those that did not make the canon, are spiritual in nature. They are not religious. That's what I say on that channel all the time. They were hijacked and reworked by the religious establishment and refashioned into the doctrine of control. But true ninth house religion is all about freedom, okay? So on this channel, I continue that theme. We are not here to continue the outdated theme of doing our best to live in alignment with religious doctrine with the hope of dying and going to heaven. We're not here for that. Our mission here is to recognize and live in alignment with our higher selves and our unique purpose, which can only be found by going within. Again, Luke 17 and 20 through 21. Look it up. I'm not going to read it here. So that we raise our energetic vibrational frequency, which will help raise the frequency of our world and bring heaven down to us. And that theme can be found in Revelation 21 and 1 through 4. Revelation chapter 21, verses 1 through 4. Look it up for yourselves. I'm not going to read it here. So, all right. Now, I've told you about me. I've told you a little bit about myself. I'm not going to go into detail about my own personal twin flame journey. Why? Because I'm a writer and it might be a book one day. Okay. And number 2, my big 3, Capricorn Sun, Cancer Moon, Libra Rising. As a Libra Rising, that puts Scorpio in my second house of things that we value and things that we treasure, things that we hold near and dear to us, things that we regard as sacred. That lives in the second house, okay? With me being a second house Scorpio, you can probably guess, I value my privacy, I value secrecy, I value not putting all my business out there, okay? Those of you that are Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you already know what that's about. You don't tell any more than is necessary. It's like those spy movies. I give out information on a need-to-know basis. And if you don't need to know, you're not going to know, okay? All right? But suffice it to say, I am here because I, too, am on that journey with you all. And I've been through some things. I've learned a lot of things. And I now have the experience and a wonderful resource, the book, to help you on your journey, okay? So, as this channel grows, and I thank each and every one of you who have already subscribed and are looking forward to the videos that are going to be coming out. Again, we are here to help bring about that union and that bringing heaven to earth that is described in Revelation 21 and 1 through 4. Believe it or not, the union of divine masculine and divine feminine energies is a huge part of that. It is a huge part of that, and that is why this collective has been so embattled for so long, and why we are now turning things around and going on the offensive. And we're doing that using our spiritual gifts, and we're not waiting for permission. We're not waiting for permission, or we're not waiting for acceptance from anyone outside of us to validate us, okay? We are here, and we have a job to do. And this channel was here to help guide you to inner union first. Forget about, if you're still thinking about, and I'll be talking about those themes in my first video and the videos to follow, okay? Which leads me to, let me talk about the format so I can wrap this up, okay? On this channel, the plan is to, let me talk about the frequency of readings, okay? Let me make sure I'm legit here. Hang on, I want to make sure I ain't got nothing showing. Okay, we're good, we're good. Pardon me if that grossed y'all out, okay? Anyway, the format for this channel, let's talk about the frequency of readings. I plan to publish new content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, barring any unforeseen circumstances. But these Monday, Wednesday, Friday content posts will be in effect weekly for one or the other or both polarities of divine masculine and divine feminine. Monday, moon day, all about the moon. That's lunar energy. That's feminine energy. So on Mondays, as you could guess, I will be doing divine feminine readings. On Wednesday, I'll be doing divine masculine readings, okay? And on Fridays, the plan right now is to do all signs collective readings, okay? Now, what's this format going to look like? I'm not here to compete with any other tarot readers that do relationship readings or twin flame readings. In fact, a lot of those are people I subscribe to, and I love them, and I support their work. I'm here to do why did I tell you that? These are not going to be 3-card, 5-card, 8-card, 12-card spreads. I'm simply going to pull one energy card. I'm going to ask Spirit to give me the energy of the collective for whichever collective I'm reading for that particular day. And then I'm going to read perhaps pull an oracle card for you, 1 or 2 oracle cards, and give you advice on how to deal with the energy that comes up in that single card pull. There may come a time or two where I will need to pull a clarifier to help to clarify the energy, but these, again, are not going to be these huge spread down into the details layer tarot readings. They're not going to be that, okay? So if you want that, there are a ton of great readers doing great work out there, okay? I'm simply here to help you identify energies, what the current energy is, how you can best manage it and deal with it, why perhaps it's coming up, and give you some oracle advice as well that will help you on your journey with the goal to be to raise your frequency. Raise your frequency. Forget about your partner for a moment. And I know that that's probably impossible to do. I'm not telling you to try to pull off the impossible. What I'm saying is, if you want to succeed in this journey, you have to take the focus off your counterpart and take care of yourself. One of the things, I don't mind playing spoiler a bit, one of the things that I put in my book is that if you're looking in the mirror, and twin flames are also called mirror souls, if you're looking in the mirror and you don't like the image you see, say you see something on your nose in the mirror, you're looking in the mirror and you see, oh, I had something on my nose. Well, you don't remove the thing that is offending you by trying to wipe it off the mirror image. You wipe it off of you. So what does that tell us? That tells us that when we change ourselves, the mirror, the image in the mirror changes as well. And your divine counterpart is your mirror soul. So as they are ascending and working on themselves, it is going to positively affect you. As you are ascending and working on yourself, it's going to positively affect them. If you get down and low and in your feels, the chances are very good you're going to put them in their fields, and they're not going to know why all of a sudden they're having a bad day out of nowhere. Okay? So this channel is here to help support you in your journey and help you keep your energy and your vibrations high and do the self-work that is necessary for you to come into full alignment with your divine purpose, whether that is uniform by yourself or unique to you or singular rather, or a joint mission with your divine counterpart. And I talk more about that in that book. So be sure that you order a copy of that book. You can get that book in ebook format on Kindle or Apple Books for your device, whether you're on the Apple platform or the Amazon or Google platform or whatever. You can get a digital copy of that book for a fraction. I won't talk about pricing on here. Just go to the site and look at it, okay? For a fraction of the cost of a private tarot reading or an astrological natal chart assessment, you're getting this book, whether you get it digital or in print, and it's available in paperback and in hardcover. You're getting a resource that you can carry with you for a lifetime that, unlike the dynamic nature of tarot readings, it's going to be a resource that you can go back to over and over again and just get it down into your system and help you to align yourself, raise your vibration, and keep your vibrations high and stay in alignment, okay? In one word, it's going to help you heal, okay? That's what it's written for. So be sure that you get a copy of that book. You have to get it. You have to get it. It's going to help catapult you on your journey. I don't want you to have to go through the almost 6 years of ups and downs that I went through on my own journey. And that's about as far as I'll go for now, okay? I want you to have the understanding that I learned the rough way. And that's the Capricorn way. No Capricorn sun, moon, or rising that you will ever meet was put here to go through anything, to do anything easy, okay? We come here to make it easy for others, okay? We're trailblazers. That's what we do. So with all of that said, that is the format. Mondays are going to be divine feminine readings, single card pull with 1 or 2 oracle cards. Wednesdays are going to be divine masculine readings, single card pull, tarot with 1 or 2 oracle cards. And then Fridays are going to be single card pull, all signs. And I'll pull 2 tarot cards because I want to look at your spiritual self and your physical self. And I may do that. I may do 2 tarot card pulls with the Mondays and Wednesday readings as well. But I'm excited to help you guys on your journey. Listen, fam, divine masculine, I don't care who you are, which archetype you carry, okay? We have to turn this thing around. We have to help bring light into this earth. There's some dark energies out there that want to stay in the dark, but in this season, the whole reason why you had a twin flame awakening is because you are part of a collective that is going to help to usher in the new season of light and brevity and levity, or whatever it is. Levity, is that the right word I'm looking for? Light, levity, happiness, high vibrational love energy as the divine feminine energy. It's time, y'all. These things move in cycles, okay? These things move in cycles. I got a video where I talked about that. I can put a link in the description box for anyone who wants to see. It was titled, was the return of the divine feminine prophesied in scripture, okay? These things happen. I go into the energy of the cosmos and how these things shift every so many thousands of years. Well, it's back around, and this is why you are seeing the rise in twin flame energy around the planet, okay? And you are going to see, you're going to hear more about that. You're going to hear more about that. You're going to read more about it in my book. That's all I got for y'all. Let me wrap this up. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate. Okay, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can email me or you can just comment underneath the videos. Okay, as far as going live, I don't have any plans to go live for maybe at least the first month or two of me doing this channel. Maybe I'll go live later, but right now I go live a lot on my Mattie channel, and we're talking about other topics of a spiritual nature that are non-relationship specific, okay? That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video, and I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Peace, family. And by the way, I'll say this one more time on the way out. I do not do personal readings, okay? So if anybody contacts you saying they're Matt D. Talford or the Mattie T's Twin Flame Guidance, just swipe left or report, block those pages, whatever. I will never solicit you to do a reading, okay? That's not how I move. I would like for you to support my work, and there'll be some links in the description box to how you can support me with donations, or even bigger than donations. I want you guys to read what I've written, okay? I published 4 books. You can see what those other books are on my website, www.talfordarts.com. But for the most part, this channel, I'll only put the link to my Twin Flame book in the description box. So please support my work as an author. When you're an independent author, word of mouth helps us, okay? We don't have the budget for advertising like those that are represented by the big publishing companies, the big 5. Okay, so when you're an indie author, word of mouth, social media, that sort of thing helps us. So buy the book, read it if you like it. Let those that you know that are on the journey know about this book, because this book is here as a resource for you. All right. And it's helping me too. I've read it like 8 times. All right. During writing it, drafting it, editing it, proofing it, all of that. I've read it about 8 times, and I have it downloaded on my device, and I've got a printed copy at home, and I still refer to it. Okay. Because this journey will send you off track sometimes, but this book is here to help get you back on. All right. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night or day or whatever time you're watching this.